getting mad at other teachers.
Welcome to the regular meeting of the Cape Coral Youth Council. Today is January 9th, 2025. This meeting will now come to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Vice Chair, please call the roll.
Thank you, Chair Skorzak. The following members have asked to be excused. I will mark them so. Members Bice, Salazar, Toro, Vargas, Jax. Member Monso Perez will be arriving after roll call. When I call your name, please say here. Members Beckdaller? Here. Halsey?
Here.
Johnson? Here. Paragonda?
Here.
Riley?
Here.
Sanchez?
Here.
Skorzak?
Here.
Zapata Vasquez.
Here.
9 members are present.
Thank you, Vice Chair. Item 4 is guest speakers. Currently, we have none. Item 5 is changes to the agenda / adoption of agenda. Are there any changes to the agenda? Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented? Member Paragonda?
I move to adopt the agenda as presented.
Is there a second? Member Feichthaler?
I second that motion.
Member Paragonda made the motion and Member Feichthaler second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Item 6 is review of the meeting notes. Are there any changes to the meeting notes? Do we have a motion to adopt the meeting notes as presented? Member Feichthaler?
Motion to adopt the meeting notes as presented.
Is there a second? Member Paragonda?
I second.
Member Feichthaler made the motion and Member Paragonda seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Item 7 is recognitions and achievements. Currently, we have no recognitions. Item 8 is advisor presentations. I will now turn the floor over to Advisor Hayden.
Thanks, Chair. Highlights from Wednesday's meeting, and for me, one of the biggest highlights was, guess what? They passed the Lovelocks project to be placed at Cultural Park. So congrats to all of you. This has probably been 4 or 5 years in the making, maybe even longer, but thanks for your hard work on that. It passed by an 8-0 vote, so now we can move forward with getting the work done, getting the sculpture up, getting the locks placed, and all the fun that will come with that. Other highlights from the meeting, they approved to finish the shell for the bistro at J.C. Park, which is important because now they're also going to send out for RFP for another group to run the bistro, which will serve drinks and snacks and light food. But the park is still set and on schedule to open in April. The other things that happened this week during a special meeting before the council meeting was council approved different amendment items to go on the ballot, including probably one that the Charter Review Commission didn't discuss, but council did, and that is a strong mayor form of government. Now, should that pass in 2026, that's big. It wouldn't go into effect until 2030, but basically the mayor would become the administrative head of the city, as opposed to a city manager form of government. So it's something to pay attention to. There are cities in Florida, including Miami, that have a strong mayor form of government. As those amendment items get placed on the ballot for the primary and the general, pay attention to those, especially those of you that will be voting for the first time. So that's it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Wait, so what would happen to the city? Sorry, I'm curious. What would happen to the city manager's office?
Look at it like the school board, okay? The school superintendent is an elected position now. So the superintendent basically runs the district as the head administrator. So the mayor, in essence, would run staff and the employees, basically taking the roles typically of what the city manager
Along
would
with,
do.
along with what they, all
Along
of
with
their
being the mayor of the city. You know, it may not be all, you know, that is something that, depending on how the job description would be set up, and Councilmember Donnell, correct me if I'm wrong, you know, details of what that position would look like and how it compares to what other cities do would have to be worked out.
You were correct.
okay.
So, yeah, it would be obviously a big change for the city, but that'll be a huge amendment on among the others that will be placed next year. The council decided not to put compensation on, so their salary amounts will basically stay the same. So that was probably bigger news. That was one that the Charter Review Commission had asked them to discuss, among others, and then there's several others that will be placed, but they have to be spread out over you can only put a certain amount on the primary ballot and on the general ballot.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, we'll move over. Item 9 is citizens' input. This consists of input of citizens on matters concerning city government, 3 minutes per individual. The council will listen to all speakers and respond after all speakers have made their presentation. I will now read the Pledge of Civility. We will be respectful of each other even when we disagree. We will direct all comments to the issues. We will avoid personal attacks. Citizens' input is now open. Any member of the public wishing to speak, please use the podium to your right, facing the dais, and state your name for the record.
Good afternoon, Chair, Council. My name is Richard Leone. I am the Operations Manager for Kiwanis. I am here on behalf of Kiwanis today, its foundation, board, and members, to reach the call for your guys' donations. We have a $3,000 check to present to you, and a promise that we will, including myself, will fight for more money to make sure that you guys have all the money you need to get to DC. So I'll hand this over to Tom to give to you guys. Make sure you don't spend it all in one place. And on a side note, if you don't know, I was a former council member in 2015, 16, 17 when this council was formed. And I think Rick and Doc was part of that, and the Times and Rick Williams, who the late Rick Williams, who helped found this, would be proud of you guys for what you guys are doing and continue to do. The board has elevated every year, and you guys have just done a wonderful and amazing job, and you guys should be applauded for that. And thank you for doing what you do. So appreciate you all.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate the donation. Have a great day. Thank you again. Thank you so much. Okay.
Chair,
Yes.
I'm sorry.
No, you're absolutely fine.
This was my fault. We have a new member sitting down here that hasn't been down here before, and it's council member Dr.
Yes.
Derek Donnell, who actually succeeded me in my seat, and he's been on council before. He's a teacher. We have talked over the years many times, become friends, and was glad to see him take over the seat, and look forward to seeing what he will do over his next, it's hard to believe it's been a year. It's been a year already. Over the next 3 years, possibly beyond. But he's always been dedicated to the city, and the city means a lot to him. The people mean a lot to him. And if you ever watch him on council, he's always looking for that unified way of speaking and making sure that residents understand what's actually being presented to them. So he is the liaison when Councilmember Lastra can't be here, And so we're glad to have him here, especially on a day when you're all getting some money for the trip. And
Yes.
Levelox has been approved, and I think he'll leave today, as I always leave these meetings, knowing that the city's future is in great hands moving forward.
No, you're absolutely fine. Thank you so much for being here, Councilmember Donnell. Okay, is there anyone else wishing to speak? Oh, okay. Seeing none, citizens' input is now closed. Item 10 is quarterly report. Our last quarterly report was December 10th in council chambers. This report was incredibly successful, and I'm so proud of everyone that was able to come and help present. Our next report will be in April, and this one will be very key as it is our chance to show the council all of our complete projects and discuss the successes we had in the term, as well as share any data we collected. So as always, I would like attendance to be high. I thought our attendance at the one on Wednesday was pretty good, but I think it could have been a little bit higher, so I'm hoping we can get almost the full council for the one in April. And at this time, if anyone that was at the report would like to debrief their experience, please speak now. Wait, are you in here? Okay. I guess I'll start. I thought it went really, really well. I always love seeing our council members, and they always give us good advice. And yeah, I think always it's a good opportunity to speak in front of them, and I think we all presented very well. So yeah, I thought it was very successful. Anyone else? Okay. Item 11 is business. 11A, junior project. Our junior project is moving swiftly due to the help of Member Sanchez, Councilwoman Nelson Lastra, and our help from special events. We are in the process of completing permits and necessary signatures. However, this process is extensive, and Member Sanchez needs our help, but specifically the juniors, as this is a junior project. In this meeting, we also have to pick a moving to play at our movie in the park, and Member Sanchez has given us some great options. So please listen to her as she provides updates and follow along in the back of material. I will now turn the floor over to her.
Thank you, Chair. So as you can see in the backup material, there's 3 movies that I want to get decided on today, regardless of who's here and who's not here, because this is something that needs to start moving along much quicker. And so I got in contact with the people from special events, and I was able to start the special events permit. So I have now split it up between the junior members, and I will also open it up to the senior members since she's not here right now, but Megan is working by herself when it comes to the food trucks, and I wanted her to get a little bit more help since there's like 5 of them, and like they can like kind of split the workload more. So if anyone is willing to volunteer, please let me know, either now or after the meeting. And I would also like to say that the layout of the map of how the park's gonna be is after the second page. You can see where everything's gonna be located. And if you have any recommendations for food trucks as well, if you know anyone, if you have any connections, let me know. Everything is still like possible to get interchanged. And so we have me, Member Torero, and we have Member Brown working on getting in contact with the people that are in Cultural Park so that we can also get that approved. And we have, in the last 2 pages, we have the food cooking notice, which is what Megan and hopefully someone else is going to be working towards getting signed by the food trucks. And then we also have the special event signature survey, which is what me, Member Torero, and Vice Chair Brown are going to be working on. So at this time, if we could vote on movies, that would be lovely.
Okay, perfect. I did want to add in, do you want to go first or? Okay, go.
So this is a little embarrassing, but if I'm being completely honest, I have never watched any of these movies. So if somebody could give me like a debrief of like a summary of what they are, that would be very helpful in the voting process.
I will say something beforehand though. Okay. Based off like these 3 movies, because I did a little bit of research, because again, this is something we have to review with the council. Clueless is the most appropriate in all aspects. So I'm not saying, obviously we can have a discussion, but it's the one that has the least amount of explicit content, I guess is the best way to describe it. So yeah, and that one has, because it's romance is part of it, but it's not the main part of it. It's still like just an overall good movie, and it is the most appropriate. So I guess that's just where I'm leaning, especially as chair. We're putting our name on something. I don't want to have Facebook post saying how inappropriate this was. Even if we put it on the flyer and say this is the movie we're presenting, there's still going to be people that come and don't realize, and then I don't want us to get a bad rep. So just based on that factor alone, that's why I'm leaning Clueless. But like, we can still do an explanation of what the movies are, and I'm not trying to like take away anyone's say, but let's just keep that in mind.
I think it was Member Vargas was the one that recommended How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and so I personally didn't remember that movie very well. And I'll also give you like I've watched all of these, so I'll give you like an overview of what the movies are. So I think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, there's like brief.
I'm gonna research it right now. As we're
Yeah,
talking.
it's not bad. I rewatched it like a couple weeks ago because like, you know, researching. So I rewatched it and there was only like a brief moment, but it got cut off immediately. So, and it was not like super explicit, I would say. So I think that one's not bad as well.
Okay.
And so I don't remember 27 Like I remember the plot, but I don't remember specifically that one. Do you remember?
Oh,
Would you like to say something?
they do
27
some
Dresses
action
is-
in the car. Let's put it that
In
way.
the car? Okay, so
27
not.
Dresses is definitely the most explicit. out of the
Okay.
three movies.
Yes.
So I think it's still plausible for How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. But anyways, so taking 27 Dresses out of the picture then, Clueless is pretty much about a girl who, because again, it's a rom-com. It's about a girl who has no idea, I guess, about like that this guy that's like a family friend sort of thing, like has a crush on her. And so during the whole movie, she's like just in her own world in La La Land, you know, just doing whatever. And then in the end, she kind of like notices, and it's kind of heartwarming because it's like she kind of seems like so innocent, like she's just like, you know, just living life as it comes. And then How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is so basically there's this. I feel like this one's more complicated. There's a bet with the guy. The guy makes a bet with his office because he works for a newspaper, and so he has to find a girl in 10 days so he can get a contract to sell diamonds, because they told him if you do not get a girl, you're too much of a player and you just don't know how to sell diamonds to the right audience, right? And so the girl also she wanted to get a column talking about more serious stuff like politics and just like things that she has studied, but she was in a like teen girl magazine, and so nothing was getting approved. And so she decided that she was gonna do an article of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, and so both of them end up getting paired up together. And so one of them is trying to stay committed, the guy, he's trying to stay committed to the girl no matter what, and then the girl is trying to lose the guy in 10 days. So then that occurs. Oh, we have someone over there trying to say something.
Yes. Member Johnson.
I don't want to be like a negative answer or anything, but we do have a lot on the agenda.
Yes. No, I agree.
And the 3 movies we should have researched before the meeting, so I think we should start with the vote. If you don't, there's no more discussion.
I think that's fair. Yeah, so I just quickly double checked because I did research this earlier. So they both do have profanity, but you can get versions without them. But then again, just like overall, I do believe Clueless has less stuff from research I did prior. But again, it is still, I guess, up in the air. So I guess, yes? No, you're fine.
And say chair.
Madam Chair, I just wanted to add,
Yes.
I'm a movie buff. I've seen all 3, love them all. So either way you go, we'll be all right.
Okay.
So I just wanted to throw that out.
Okay, perfect. So are we ready to make a vote? Is there any final questions or comments? Okay, so okay, hold on, it's in this part of my, okay. If you would like to vote for Clueless, please raise your hand now. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay. If you would like to vote for How to Lose Your Guy in 10 Days, please raise your hand. Okay. As the vote is 7-2, the movie we will play is Clueless. Do I have a motion to adopt Clueless as a movie play in the movie in the park that we are hosting? Member Halsey.
I motion to adopt that we play Clueless in the park.
Is there a second? Member Sanchez.
I second that.
Member Halsey made the motion. Member Sanchez second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, beautiful. Now to go backtrack really quickly on I know Vice Chair Brown was working on signatures, and I know she has an update on one of the signatures she was receiving, so I'm gonna let her have the floor there.
Thank you, Chair. I spoke with Ms. Troll from the Museum of History, and she signed our special event signature survey, but she does have a few questions because apparently Cultural Park is hosting a car fest the next morning at 7:30 a.m. So she just wants to know if we have any like porta potties or large tents, because they may have porta potties up on the property as of Friday. So once those things get clarified, I think she's all good, and I can send you the signature survey as soon as we're done.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any like large tents or anything. It's not gonna be an hour thing, if I remember correctly. I don't, because we're gonna just have like little like blankets on the floor and stuff like that, and then just like the food trucks parked. So there shouldn't be any of that. But I feel like we could probably work our way around it. I remember I talked to the special events people about that date, about I think it was the 13th, and they said that nothing was gonna be on that day, and then there shouldn't be any problem. So hopefully we can still work around that, I presume.
Thank you so much. I'll let her know.
And then
I'll
are
let
we
you know
doing
if there's
porta
any
potties? Is there not a bathroom there? I swear there's a bathroom at the park,
There is,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, so we could just use that, so there's no need to have porta potties.
And and Chair also,
Yes.
and a point of clarification, her name is Janelle, not Jane. And I'm on the museum board, so I'm familiar with that car show. It really shouldn't be that big of an issue, because they do the car show in the parking lot portion between the museum and the theater.
Okay.
So, but if you have any issues, let me know. And we'll get them resolved.
Okay, perfect. So then Vice Chair Brown is working on signatures. Who else is working on signatures? Do you know if has those done? And have you done yours? Okay. So we'll just make sure that gets done this week. And then you said member Jax needs help with food trucks. Yeah. So there's 5 food trucks, and to my understanding, they have to have this cooking notice signed. Yeah. And then how are we, if you can remind me, how we're doing like profits, like? Okay, because I just want to know whoever's helping Jax, they're also making that clear, the percentage. But I mean, okay, so while you research it, so at this time, if there's any junior or senior members that can help her reach out, because you said there's 5 food trucks, that is a lot for one person. So if there's anyone that's willing, please raise your hand. Member Paragonda, perfect, I can help out as well. Okay, perfect. And then you have that list of specific food trucks. Yes, Member Feithler?
Do you still need a signature for Cultural Park?
Do you need a signature for Cultural Park? Yeah, we still need 2 more from 2 of the others. Because,
I'm
Member
gonna be there tomorrow, and I can see if Miss Robin's there.
The backup material, like the people.
I believe it's Robin on there, and then yes, she can help.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I'll send you the paperwork then that you need to get signed.
Okay, perfect. So Member Paragon is gonna help out with that. I will help out as well. She's gonna get that signed, and then we vote on Clueless. Okay, is there any more? I have one more final question. So once we get these signatures and the food trucks, what is our next step? Like, what are we?
To the person who was helping me make the, let me see who it was.
The helping you make the
Yeah,
permit and
because
everything?
someone's helping me make the permit right
Yes.
now, like kind of walking me through the steps. So I'm probably gonna send it back to her because I think she's gonna be the one that's gonna get it like sent out.
Yeah.
And then whatever she tells me is like my next step, I'll kind of just go from there.
Okay, perfect, because I would really like to get this done before the holidays, before it gets crazy, everyone's going away. So within this next week, that would be
Yeah.
perfect, so that come January, we're even closer to being prepared.
Yeah, once this is done, we should already have the date established, and we should already like have it kind of like no one else.
Because then
can
we need
take
to start
13.
okay, I'm gonna not stress myself out. Okay, we're all good? Any other questions? Okay, moving on. Item 11B is senior project. At the last meeting, we decided to vote to open the mental health survey up to Oasis High School from December 1st to 22nd, and I can confirm it has been sent out. We are still working on getting the survey approved to the other schools, and I will now pass the floor over to Member Johnson to explain any updates.
So I don't have many updates today, but the mental health survey was posted in the Google Classrooms for all students 2 Mondays ago, or not yet.
Yeah.
We've had in the first hour we had about 15 responses, and right now we're sitting at 24 with just a week left. It's not as many as I wanted, but just from these responses, we have a lot of information of how people feel mental health is being taken at Oasis. So even with this little amount of responses, obviously I have a plan to get more. But just with these little amount of responses, we do have a lot of information to present to the charter school board. I am emailing, or I did email Miss Corey and to ask if she would announce it on Monday. I didn't receive an email back, so if I don't, then I'll go to her Monday asking if she'll announce it for the afternoon announcements. And then it also needs to be posted on the youth council page, which I don't think I've seen yet, but there is a poster or a flyer that she has. And then also if everybody here could post it on their social medias or any form, if you guys are able to, or if you would like to, that'd be amazing too. And then for Lee County Schools, I'm working on getting all of my information from this survey ready because I want to give her some data with it and then sending that out so I can get that rolling. But the plan is to see as much information I can give from Oasis so I can use that as a way to explain to her why I want this to work well for Lee County so then it's successful all around. So that is my update for now. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, perfect.
Have you communicated with Dr. Tim?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. You could honestly probably just go up in the office in the morning too. We can get that done.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I was curious. I know those of you all in the Lee County Public Schools, they have this Wellness Wednesday, where they put a lot of emphasis on mental exercises and aptitudes. My question is for the Oasis. Do you have such a program, Part A, and Part B? Does this correlate at all with what the district is doing as far as mental health activities? If not, then there's a resource out there as you all move down. And you all know what I'm talking about, right? My school information.
So our school doesn't have that, and we don't have any of the, I guarantee it's open for us if we needed it, but we don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and then I believe, isn't that the woman that came to our youth council meeting?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to kind of update you on what's going, Dr. Tim, who is in charge, I think, of academic services for the district. We've been working with her for maybe the last 3 or 4 months to not only get the questions so that they can be sent out, and they can be sent out, and also she wants to incorporate this youth council into the other groups. They have 3 silos that they're working in. Mental health is one of them. They want to incorporate our youth council into that group, and then hopefully at some point next year have besides the Wellness Wednesdays and this other program that they have, possibly have a mental health town hall where kids are invited, and this group would be a part of that.
Good stuff.
Yes. Thank you. Are there any further questions? Yes, Member Feigler?
Not really a question, but a comment. If I hadn't watched the youth council video last Monday, I would not have known that this was out yet if I weren't on the board. So like you said, if Miss Corey doesn't make an announcement about it, a lot of people probably aren't going to see it.
She did for the first day it was out on the morning announcements.
Okay.
Posting it, but I'm also gonna ask her to do another one, and then see about maybe printing out flyers to hang around
Yeah.
the school and get that approved. But I'm gonna work on doing that so for the week left that we have next week they can
Okay,
put
perfect.
those in.
Yes, Member Monteprez?
I don't know how Oasis works, but in my school, sometimes our teachers will send out surveys from the students that they make in separate Google Classrooms. Like for example, my school has every student has an English class, so all the English teachers will upload like their separate Google Classroom, so more people are like likely to see it because it's like much smaller Google Classroom.
We have like a class Google Classroom, like for our different grade levels, and that's kind of where our info gets put in. So it's in all of our class Google Classrooms.
So, and remember, I'm getting a little concerned about the timeline here because remember, once you get the questions to Dr. Tim with your information from Oasis, these questions still have to be reviewed by a separate committee with the district to make sure they can be sent to the students, okay? So, our next meeting obviously isn't until the new year, and I don't know when that committee meets next. So just be aware of your timeline on this and make sure you're staying in contact with her and she knows when you're gonna get her the questions. Because we could be facing a pretty hard deadline here, coming up. Okay.
Okay, perfect. Members of Ponte Vasquez?
When are we starting like this for other schools as well?
So that's what we're working on. It has to get approved by a board from like a separate from the district, and then once the district approves it, then we can start sending it out. So we're just waiting on that. But Member Johnson is keeping in contact with them. Okay, any further questions? Okay. Moving on to item 11C, school reach out project. On Tuesday, December 2nd, our council had its first school reach out project of the term at Cape Coral High School. Despite the attendance, not by us, by the students being minimal because of a school testing day, I thought the presentation went very well, and it was a great first presentation. Thank you to the members that came, and thank you, Councilwoman Aslasha and Assistant City Attorney, for presenting with us and sharing more about your careers. Due to the success of the presentation and the support, we are hoping to present this presentation to Cape Coral again at their January 12th meeting to their entire SGA, which she said it was about 60 to 70 people. So if you cannot make it the first time, we will have another opportunity for you then, and I would definitely recommend you coming, as it is a way to interact directly with our youth and educate them about what we do. I will now open the floor to Member Monso Perez to explain any further updates and how she thought the presentation went.
Okay, so my SGA advisor was really impressed with our presentation, and she really liked, I know her daughter had applied for the youth council last year, so she was already interested in the youth council, and she really wanted us to come back maybe in January. So she she keeps asking, I said January 12th we'd come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Honestly, it was a really it was really hard day because they had just released the week before that it was gonna be a testing day, and the upperclassmen never come on testing days. So attendance was a little bad, but she really hopes that more people can get the reach out.
Perfect.
How many people were there?
Yeah.
4?
That's right on testing day.
Yeah. We had more members from our group than there were there. But it's okay. Our presentation's still went well.
She recorded it and she did post it on the Google Classroom, and she posted it on the SGA group chat so everyone could see it. So
Okay.
Yeah. So do we want to do it again at January 12th? That day works for me. I don't know how that works with everyone else. It's a Monday, I believe, right? Yeah? So, I mean, we don't need a full head count out, but as long as there's people interested, again, these are normally at 2:15 after school. You will have to park across the street most likely, but it's okay. But, okay, so do I have a motion to do another school reach out project at Cape Coral High School on January 12th? Member Feichtfelder?
I motion to have another school reach out project at Cape High on January 12th.
Is there a second? Vice Chair Brown?
I second that motion.
Okay. Is there any discussion? Member Feichtfelder made the motion, Vice Chair seconded it. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Yes. I'm sorry if I messed up.
No, just for this person. It goes down the line.
We're all good? Okay. Perfect. Yes.
Do you know when, like around what time, Member Johnson, that the like survey would get approved?
I'm not completely sure, but my estimate is between late February, middle of March.
Sorry, I was just gonna say that maybe if it got approved on time, we could present it, but never mind.
Oh yeah, no, it's not gonna be by then.
Okay. Okay. And then do we know any updates on Mariner?
I don't know exactly. Member
Is that
Jax
Member
isn't here.
Jax?
Yeah. She did say that they got approved for, I believe, the 21st of January, but I'm not sure how that's going because she said that she hasn't received a response.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Is there any further discussion? Okay, we will move on. So item 11D is Lovelock's discussion and updates. At the last meeting, we were informed that Ryan Coburn, owner-operator of Tip Top Welding, will begin working on our statue as soon as it got approved, but it did, luckily. And the city manager's office has offered to make our slab. I am very happy to report that we did get approved on our project on Wednesday, and construction is now allowed to start. At this time, I'll now turn the floor over to administrative contact Mrs. Gridling to explain the updates on this project.
Hi, Chair. Honestly, what you said is basically at the stage that I'm at as well as myself. I need to find out from the city manager's office technically what my next step is, to be truthfully honest with you, since it just got approved. So I don't have any further updates than you guys know, except for the fact that, yes, it got approved, so we know we're headed in the right direction. Now it's just a matter of what my next step is.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Is there any further discussion on that? Okay, moving on. Item 11E, Christmas card distribution and Christmas village discussion. At the last meeting, administrative contact Mrs. Grickling gave us Christmas cards to write on. These cards are being used in the mayor's race for the most Christmas cards for veterans donated by the city. Thank you so much for those that wrote the cards, and it was truly for an amazing cause. Our other Christmas-related project is the house we decorated at the Christmas Village in Bokeelia. Myself and a few other members finished decorating on the 18th, and it truly turned out amazing. There are pictures for you to see in your backup material. At this time, I would like to see if anyone would like to come visit the Christmas Village, as it's now open to the public, so we could all come on a day to help promote our council. If in your backup material you'll see a list of dates that if we wanted to go, those are the times it's open. But I will open the floor to discussion, obviously. I know a lot of us are busy around the holidays, but I feel like it would be a good opportunity. I don't know how many people they're getting there every night, but we did work hard on it. But again, I'm not trying to sway anything. I think it's pretty much open throughout the week and the weekend, just depending on the time. And this wouldn't have to be a bunch of people, it could just be a few members, but if it's something we're interested in. Yes, Ms. Griglin.
Thank you, Chair. And just to put it out there, if anybody is interested in any kind of volunteer hours, Mr. Shepherd and his wife, Kathy, has reached out to me that they're looking for just some volunteers to possibly keep an eye on the animals to make sure nobody's putting food into their cages. So if you're interested and want her phone number, just text me. But I just wanted to put it out there that there are volunteer hours available. It is in Bokeelia, so obviously you would need a car to get there. But if you are interested, just let me know and I'll give you her phone number.
Perfect. Okay. So is it something we are interested in, or raise your hand if you're interested in doing something like this? Okay, that's a few people. And meaning like you would be able to attend at a certain date? Okay, so that's enough for me. Okay, so what day are we thinking? Are we thinking more of a weekend or a weekday? Weekend? Yes, that is the same for us. Okay, so we could do Friday, Saturday, or Sunday next weekend, unless I feel like this weekend is a little too early for us. I know obviously on Saturday we are doing the movie in the park, so it would have to be either Friday or Sunday, depending on the time. So are we thinking more Friday, or are we thinking more Sunday? I know a lot of us are also probably away. Member Halsey? Okay. Yeah, I would say Friday for me as well. And Friday is only 5 to 8, as I believe, right? Okay. So, okay. Do I have to make a motion on that? Okay. Member Montaperez.
I work on Friday, so I won't be able.
It's okay, but Member Feichthaler, Halsey, you should be able to come. And then anyone over here? Would it be able to come? Members Montaperez? Okay. Do I have a motion to, yes? Oh, I'm so sorry, Member Johnson. I couldn't see your hand over.
I don't have my work schedule yet, but if I don't work, I'm able to come.
Okay, beautiful, perfect. Okay. Do I have a motion to have us come and promote our council at the Christmas Village on Friday, December 19th from 5 to 8 p.m.? Member Feichthaler?
A motion for us to visit the area on the 19th.
Thank you. Is there a second? Vice Chair Brown?
I second that.
Member Feichthaler made the motion, and Member Vice Chair Brown seconded it. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Perfect. Okay. I have a random question. Ms. Kirkland, do we know who's winning the mayor race for the cards?
I have not heard the count. We were trying to listen this morning because one of the radio stations was supposed to announce it, but I haven't heard any of the counts so far.
Let us know. I'm curious now.
Yes.
Okay. Any further discussion, guys? Okay, perfect. Item 11F is Hope for the Holidays. As we know, one of our projects they are working on is Hope for the Holidays. We have set up a box in both City Hall and the Youth Council, and we are continuing to collect toys. We started advertising more, but we still need to keep reaching out to our friends and family to go and donate. We want to ensure that we get the most donations possible as we are stopping collection on December 20th at our booth in the city's Movie in the Park. I know in your backup material you'll see the pictures of the amount of toys we have so far. I would preferably love more, but I know that there's also, is there another toy collection happening? I feel like it's
Yes, so that was what I was going to say. Unfortunately, we're competing against the fire department who does their annual toy drive. But I will admit, and I will tell you, obviously, from the time that I took this picture, Santa must have arrived very, very early because based on this picture, this whole table now is full and there are toys all around the table.
Yeah.
So we are definitely getting more. I have promoted it, a couple times out to the employees, so we are still getting more, but we are also competing against the fire department.
Yeah, and that's okay. At least we have, anything we can have is good. Okay. Is there any questions? So, yes.
So what I'm trying to figure out is, I think it's Vice Chair Brown, what is our intention once we hit the 20th?
That's what I was just gonna ask about. No, you're totally good. I reached out to Children's Network today, and I'm gonna ask them for their availability because they're gonna come. They told me that they're willing to come pick up the toys and bring them to their facilities themselves, so that we don't have to worry about it.
Oh.
So I'm gonna ask them what their availability is after the 20th, and I'll let everyone know in through an email, or I'll text everyone, and whatever works the best for you guys, I will be there.
Okay, so I mean, obviously, if she's actually, or him or her, obviously, is willing to come to the city hall, it would be in my office. You can let her know that anybody's there, obviously, Monday through Friday, from 7:30 to 4:30.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Perfect. And then I will text Amrielle or I'll reach out to her that we need to post that we're collecting toys still at our Movie in the Park so that people know if they're coming to bring toys. Okay. Any further questions? Okay, moving on to item, I feel like I missed a page. No. Item 11G, NLC Congressional City Conference. As you all know, this year we've been fundraising for the opportunity to take our council to the National League of Cities Congressional City Conference in Washington, D.C. This conference will be held from Friday, March 13th to Tuesday, March 17th. At the last meeting, we did a final head count of who can attend, and Ms. Gerglin confirmed this over text message. The whole harmless form has been sent out, so if you're planning to go, please fill this out as soon as possible. At this time, are there any questions or further discussion for myself or Mrs. Gerglin? Or Ms. Gerglin, do you have any more updates for us?
Yeah, I'll give you a couple.
Yes.
With today's donation, we should be at 17,000.
Yes.
which puts us about 3,000 from our goal. There is still a grant request out with the Rotary, and they should be voting on that soon. It was for 5,000. I told them that we would take 3 if they were concerned about the 5, which would get us to the 20. My wife and I did some early numbers work this morning on airfare, hotel, and the fee for the event. And right now, just quick numbers, those 3 will cost about 15. So the rest of it would go towards food, transportation, things like that. Jennifer's working with our lobbyists up in DC to maybe sponsor a dinner for you all one night. My wife just emailed me, the only airline that flies direct from here to DC is American, and she should have an answer back from them about flying as a group. We're also looking at blocking off a group of hotel rooms at the Westin, which is where the conference will be, the Westin downtown in DC. Nice. So even though we may not be able to register for a while for the youth council part of this, we're going to have to make the plane reservations and get locked in for the hotel because it'll fill up quick. The youth council portion of this is separate from where the National League of Cities will be, but that's okay. We thought it'd be better to stay in the hotel where the youth council events are actually happening rather than worry about transportation or bad weather and walking somewhere, even if it was just a couple. So, things are in motion. Perfect. And hopefully we'll hear from the Rotary in a month or 2 that we've got our goal. But, just start thinking about, and I know there's other fundraisers in the works. I think the GoFundMe page at this point's at 4,300, I believe, something like that. Advanced Hurricane Technology is also going to make a donation of $200 towards your trip, and I know there's other things coming up that will help us get the goal. I'm pretty confident we're going to get to the amount now, thanks to Kiwanis and hopefully the Rotary. So you all can start getting excited. It's going to be a great trip, and hopefully between the events for the youth program, we can do some sightseeing and see some important parts of our national history and what's happening in Congress. And so, okay?
Yes, I do have a question. Do we know if we're coming up Friday or Thursday yet?
Well, right now we're looking at Friday.
Okay.
Right now we're looking at Friday. Going up Friday, coming back Tuesday.
Okay. I just didn't.
Right? Right now, depending on the dates and I've got to
The
call into the
program.
National League of Cities to find out exactly when the youth program will be and if registration really isn't going to open until February, which sounds pretty late. But as I get those answers, I'll have Ms. Griglin email you all so that you can keep up to date. But right now, tentatively, that's what we're looking at.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect. Thank you so much. Okay. Is there any questions for anyone that's attending? Okay, perfect. Thank you. Item 11H is FLC Youth Council Legislative Action Days. Each year, the Youth Council has made the trip to Tallahassee to go to the FLC Youth Council Legislative Action Days. This is a conference similar to the one in DeLand that we went to and the one that we were planning on going to DC, but takes place in the state's capital and invites more youth councils from across the state. This event is taking place from Tuesday, January 27th till Wednesday, the 28th. However, because of the commute, we will likely drive up the day prior. At the last meeting, we decided that we still needed time to discuss this topic, but in this meeting, we must make a final decision as spots to register will open up soon. We must now, as Youth Council, decide if you would like to attend this conference, and if you are going, you must decide now because registration is already open. So I will open the floor up for discussion. Member Feichthaler.
Can you repeat when we'd be gone? Like, are we going to be leaving the 26th or?
I believe so, correct?
Yeah, the last page of your backup material
Yeah.
has the whole timeline.
All right, thank you.
So I know, again, I can't speak for all schools, but Oasis specifically gave us an excused absence for this. Ms. Grigglin just had to sign something. I'm in the state of mind where I don't mind if I went last year and it was a great experience. So if there's enough people that are very interested and they want to go, I will happily go. But if it's not something interested, I completely understand too, because I know a lot of us are going to DC and that's at least a day off of school, so. But Tallahassee is gorgeous. And yeah, I know it's a lot of people place want to visit. Member Paragon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in accordance with what you said, it's like, I don't know, like for Grace and I, it's really, really hard to miss school because we only have like X amount of days that we're allowed to miss or we'll fail all of our classes. So I don't know, especially with like a bunch of people going to DC, I don't know that it would be like advisable that we go because so many like people would miss a lot of school. So I don't know.
Yeah. So that's kind of where I was in the same headspace. But okay, so at this time, if you would like to go, please raise your hand. I mean, I'm kind of in the middle. Okay, so there's only, 1, 2, 3. And if I went, that would be 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so Ms. Grigglin, my question is, could we go up with 4 people? Or
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, if we have debt, then we'll just get a smaller car. I mean,
Okay.
we can make it work. I mean, if people want to go, we can definitely make it work. And like I said, the time frame is pretty much,
and
on
we don't
that
know
last
who
page.
hasn't been, like.
Right, we would leave the 26th at approximately 10, because it takes us a good 7-8 hours to get up there with traffic and, you know, our little minivan. Obviously, Monday night, we just basically stay at the hotel. The activities start Tuesday, and they're doing it a tad differently this year. Usually they start at like 9 in the morning, now they're starting at noon. So that allows me then to make, if I know we're going for sure, I can start making appointments with our senators and representatives so we can meet them ahead of time. And hopefully I can get somebody. 2 years ago, I was able to get, do you guys remember? Oh no, you guys wouldn't have been there. Spencer Roach. He actually gave us a private tour of the chambers. So that was amazing for me. And then obviously when we're at the Capitol, that still allows us time to visit, you know, the different floors of the Capitol, go all the way to the top floor, which pictures don't do any justice. You have to be there for me to explain to you what that view looks like. And then obviously you'd go to that program. And then once again, if I know we're going for sure, I can reach out to the other councils. 2 years ago, we were able to do a dinner with one of them. So we went to a location and we got a huge table and you guys got to interact with the other councils. So if I know for sure that you guys are putting the stamp of approval on it, then I will start working on my end to get things scheduled for us so you have other things to do besides obviously what FLC offers us.
Yeah. And then I would also like to reiterate though, if we are saying yes, the members that are going, this has to be a definite yes, because if Ms. Grigglin starts booking hotels, gets all the rooms, it can't be back out last minute. And I know we all have super busy lives, so I just want to make that abundantly clear.
Well, yeah, you'll have this weekend to fill out the hold harmless agreement, talk to your parents. I must have it Monday so that I can start booking the hotels.
And then I'll reach out to all the members that are not here over text.
Yep.
As I believe member Salazar was on the same boat as me. If people are going, she was going to go as well. But I will double check that with her as well.
And I just want to put it out there. I know you had mentioned about you were nervous about the trip in March if you're going. Remember, that's during spring break.
Yeah, that would only.
You guys should all have that spring break off.
That's not, because they have Catholic school.
Oh, you guys don't have that. Okay, so I apologize. I assume that they followed Lee County, so, okay.
But it's okay.
The other cool thing, if the House is in session and Representative Roach did it that year, is they will, and word gets to them, and they know you're in the gallery, you will be recognized from the floor by the representative, and
That
has
is
to
true.
stand up.
I forgot that
Yeah.
he did. That was
Has
another
to
thing he
stand
did
up.
for us. He allowed us to sit in the gallery, and they announced us to everybody in the group.
Yeah, so
Forgot about that.
little perks here and there.
I mean, Yeah.
So I'll send out a reminder text tonight, but I must have the hold harmless agreement before I can schedule any hotel rooms or anything, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
perfect. Okay. I'm sorry, do I have to make a motion on that? Yeah, okay, sorry, I don't know why I keep doubting myself today. Okay, do I have a motion to approve our youth council of attending the Florida League of Cities in January 26th through the 28th? Member Halsey?
I motion that to adopt whatever you just said.
Okay, do I have a second? Member Zapata Vasquez?
I second that.
Member Halsey made the motion, member Zapata Vasquez seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, I'm excited. Okay. Item 11I is Holiday Festival of Lights. On Saturday, December 5th, members of our youth council volunteered at the Holiday Festival of Lights, as well as came up on stage with Councilmember Steinke and administrative contact Mrs. Grigland. This event was a great way to stay in touch with our community and introduce ourselves to those who did not know who we are. At this time, if anyone that was at the event would like to share the experience, please do so now. Vice Chair Brown.
I thought the event was super fun. It was incredibly festive, and I love being able to see everyone and standing on the stage and seeing just how many people there were there, because it's kind of overwhelming when you think about it, because that was a really big crowd, and you did a good job speaking.
Thank you.
So.
Yeah, I had a really great time. Speaking in front of the city is always something I love doing, and I love promoting our council, so I was excited I had that opportunity. Member Johnson.
Whoever did go, if you do need, well, to start off, she did send a thank you letter to everybody who volunteered, so I can forward that to you guys. And also, if you need volunteer hours or anything signed, let me know by email, and I can send over her contact information. She'll be happy to send anything you guys need.
Yes. Thank you to the chamber as well. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Member Johnson, for having us that contact.
And Councilmember Steinke did recognize all of you
Yes.
for being there
At the meeting.
at the festival during his reports on Wednesday.
Yes. Okay. Is there any further questions? Okay, moving on. Item 11J, Adopt a Road discussion. Just a reminder, our next Adopt a Road will be Saturday, January 10th. As a reminder, you are only supposed to miss one Adopt a Road, so attendance should be high at these events, and I hope to see everyone there. But speaking of attendance, I think this is something we have to go over. I understand all of us have busy lives, but we made it a very big point. Please open up your backup material if you can. That if we are doing every other month, then we can only have one excused absence to meet this specific percentage. And I know there's a couple of us that already have more than one or things like that. Obviously, we can't go back in the past, but I think from this point forward, if you have one or more absences, then I should see you the next two. That's a requirement that we said when we originally passed it, so yeah, I know everyone has busy lives, but this is something that we decided we're doing. It's in our strategic initiatives, so I cannot stress this enough how important attendance is. Does that make sense with everyone? Yes, Member Johnson.
Obviously, like, I can't speak for everybody, but, like, me personally, like, for cheer, like, I have competitions every single weekend in January, and from November 1st to January, end of January. So, like, I can't make the 1st because these dates were put out after I said I could go to them because we voted for it. And if I were to be like, no, I can't go, then obviously I wouldn't be in the cheer team anymore. So, like, it puts me in a tough situation, but, like, unfortunately, like, I'm gonna have to miss another one, which obviously I feel bad for because I want to be there, but I already made, like, I made 2 commitments, and I don't want to get kicked off the cheer team.
No, I understand. Thank you. Okay, does anyone else have any further comments? So again, next one is January 10th. I expect everyone to be there unless that is your one absence.
Yes, I will try my very, very best to be there. I have to talk to my Model UN advisor because I did commit to go to a conference that weekend, like many months ago. So I will absolutely beg him to see if I can not go. But if that doesn't happen, then I will have to miss again. So.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. Item 11K is December Movie in the Park. On December 20th, our youth council will be holding a booth at the city's Christmas Movie in the Park. We are going to come up on stage to introduce ourselves, and then we will be collecting toys as well as offer information about ourselves at the booth while the movie is going on. This event will be a great way to connect with our younger youth, so if you are in town, I really hope to see you there. At this time, if you are planning on going, please raise your hand. It's next Saturday. It's a movie in the park, and we are hosting a booth. Member Sanchez, can you remind me of the time of that again? We should be there a little earlier. It starts at yeah. Or we should be there around 3:30. 9. You don't have to stay the whole time. If you could do just a couple hours, that'd be very much appreciated. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I would just suggest, make a couple shifts so you don't feel like you're staying the whole entire time.
Yeah. Okay.
And Berenice, I'm sorry, Chair, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Fine.
To confirm, all I need is the table, the tablecloth, and the QR code, and a box that you guys are collecting for toys.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, what about the toilet paper?
Okay, so I was planning to do toilet paper, but the only problem is that because it's not holiday anymore, I don't really know what, like, if
I thought we were doing like Wrap the Snowman. Girl, they're like 5. Put some toilet paper around them, they'll be happy. I was like, make a flyer. Sorry, that was a little unprofessional of me. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's in a week, so that's kind of a lot of time, but that's what I thought. But then, who has the toilet paper? Councilwoman, I thought. But
Yeah, we're having a hard time hearing you, Sanchez.
Now I turned it on. So I I talked to Councilmember Lostra about this. She has lots of toilet paper left over, so that shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. The only thing is if we are gonna do like carrot nose or like some sort of top hat to like kind of make it more Christmassy, then that would be something that we should look into getting. But if not, again, they're 5 years old. They're not gonna care, so.
okay, my one thing is, isn't Councilwoman away? Where is the toilet paper?
I am not aware.
I will check with Councilmember Lastra. She is currently away, but she will be back on Monday. So I will
Okay.
double check with her to make sure she has enough.
So
toilet
if we
paper.
have the toilet paper, I think we should do it. We can make a flyer.
Well, and that was gonna be my other thing. Have we, as anybody reached out to the communications director to make a flyer so we can start posting it on our social media page? At least for the fact that we're going to be there for a toy drive.
Yes,
I mean, that should have been done already.
If you want, I can talk to her and I can have her.
No, but it should have been done. She's right. Yes, Member Monson.
I can create the flyer. I have access to the social media, so I can create and post a flyer by tonight.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay. Yes, Member Halsey.
So you know how we said like we couldn't really figure out the whole snowman thing with the toilet paper, which I think is smart, but also like we could do like, you know, like the streamers, like the stretchy ones you hang from like the ceiling for like birthday parties. Like what if you did like red and white and like did a candy cane, like wrap the candy cane, like that kind of situation.
Oh, I know what you're saying. That makes sense.
We could do
Only
that
thing
too. That's
is
just an
because we
idea.
already have the toilet paper.
That's true.
And
It was
it's
just an
free.
idea.
No. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna try to get toilet paper. If we can, we'll make something for it. We're setting up a flyer right now, Member Monsurprise, right? And we'll be posting that social media daily. And then the owner, or not the owner, the person that's running Moving the Park knows that we are coming, correct?
Yeah, he is aware, and I talked to Mr. King about it. He said he's gonna be there all day, since like early in the morning, so we should be perfectly fine to just walk in, be like, oh, we're here to set up a booth, we got like approval from Mr. King, and we can just have a little table like anywhere that we can kind of lay out.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Yeah, is there any further questions or discussion? Okay, moving on, and then let's just make sure group text of everyone that's in there. And then I'll text everyone that's not here to see if anyone else is coming. Okay. Item 11L is Youth Council Excellence Awards. For the last few years, our council has submitted a project to be up for consideration for the Youth Council Excellence Awards. This award is available for all youth councils in our state to write a written description of a project that is most meaningful to them in 750 words, and then that essay is discussing the goals and accomplishments of the project. The mayor or city council member will write a letter of recommendation, and we will share photos of the project. In your backup material, you'll see a flyer with more details, and the absolute submission day is March 4th, but in a second I'll explain the more direct timeline. So to put this in further perspective, last year we submitted our school reach out project, myself and ex-member Wittich. We created our essay, we submitted it with pictures, and then we had Councilmember Steinke write our letter of recommendation. So it would basically be along the same lines. So I would like to open the floor discussion to see what project we're thinking to submit for this, or if this is something we'd even like to do in the first place. Member Paragon.
I don't know like how quickly we can get all of the data and like information and stuff, but I think that the senior project with the mental health surveys and stuff, I think that would be a very, very good project to put down for this, especially since not only does it take information, but it also like includes presentations, and it can really create like a very big impact in our community. So I think that would be a great option for this.
Yeah. I was thinking the same. Vice Chair, you're thinking the same thing?
Yes, I definitely think mental health is a really relevant issue right now, so I think the way that we're addressing it and collecting statistics from the youth, I think that would be a huge deal, especially for this kind of application.
Okay. Is there any other suggestions? Okay. Because not to take away from like the junior project or any other projects we're doing, I just think because mental health is such a big issue right now, it would make sense to do that project for this. Okay. So then, do I have a motion to make the mental health project the project we submit for the Youth Council Excellence Awards? Member Halsey.
I motion that we submit the senior project for the Youth Council Awards.
Is there a second? Member Zapata Vasquez.
I second that.
Member Halsey made the motion. Member Zapata Vasquez seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, motion carried. Okay, that is very exciting. Now we have to decide who is going to do the essay. So this essay has to be the first draft, or not who, multiple people will be working on it. The first draft of the essay will be due December 29th, because that's the day the backup material is due for January. We will then review it, and then the final draft will be due before the February meeting. Obviously, Member Johnson, she's headed this project, but I'm no way expecting her to do that. If that is not in her schedule, I completely understand. But if there's anyone willing to write the essay, and then multiple people, Member Johnson, you can do it? Yeah. But I would like someone at least helping her on it, if anyone. If not, just somebody who would read over it. Yeah, Member Halsey? Yeah. Okay, so do I have a motion to have Member Johnson and Member Halsey write the essay for our Youth Council Excellence Awards? Member Paragonda.
I motion to have Member Johnson and Member Halsey work on the essay.
Is there a second? Member Feichthaler.
I second that motion.
Member Paragonda made the motion and Member Feichthaler seconded it. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Beautiful. So then.
Chair, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that the young ladies that are writing the essay, make sure you are double checking my backup material.
Yes.
Those 3 questions are being answered in your essay. What were the project's goals? How were the project's goals accomplished? And why was the project being completed?
Well, right.
Yeah.
One thing you can look at, though, for impact, is that now this survey is going to be reaching thousands of other kids in the future, and what that will mean for mental health in the community, and what's being planned in the future as part of this project. You can add to that to help strengthen it a little bit. Correct. Yeah.
And then we also have to decide who will write our letter of recommendation. So in the guidelines, it says it could be a mayor or a council member. I was, no offense to you, Councilmember Donnell, but I was thinking Councilwoman Lastra because she's the councilwoman that's been directly helping us the whole time. Or obviously the mayor and all the other council members know, but that was just my initial, I thought, if she can do it. Does anyone have an opinion on that? Do we agree with that opinion? But I mean, I don't know if she can do it, so now I feel bad telling her.
It won't be a matter of if you can, it might be some conflict and all.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, and then this also has to be submitted, correct, as backup material for the next meeting. Okay, because then we'll double check it and everything. Okay, so do I have a motion to have Councilwoman Nelson Lastra write our letter of recommendation for, yeah, okay. I don't know what, for the Youth Council Excellence Awards. Member Paragon.
I motion to have Councilwoman Lastra write the recommendation letter.
Is there a second? Member Feithaler?
I second that motion.
Member Paragon made the motion, Member Feithaler seconded it. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, perfect. And then if you guys still need any further help, I'm more than happy to look at it. Okay.
Chair, I don't know, I would have to find out, I don't know how important it is.
Yes.
It says up to 5 photos depicting the event. I know it's not a live event, but I don't know, like, how do they fill out the surveys? Is it a piece of paper, are they doing it online?
It's online. Oh, we can take pictures next week.
Okay, yeah, because we're gonna have to figure out, because the pictures obviously are proving to them what, I know it's a computer, really it's a computer-based thing, but, you know, we're gonna have to just be creative and figure out how we can put 5 pictures together.
Claire, what period? Or
Exactly, so that's what I mean by being creative.
Member Johnson, what?
Let's not take it out the way that we still need the 5 photos to be included as part of the submission.
What do you have first period? Miss O's class can definitely do it. We can all probably fill out that survey because that's travel and tourism. So there's like 36 seniors, and Miss O will make us do it. So I would come in that day. Sorry, guys. Okay, so then we could do pictures then. Okay, perfect. Any further discussion? Okay. We'll now move on to item 11M, Youth Council 2026 application discussion. As you know, in the early springtime, well, February, we will begin to collect applications for the next members of the Youth Council. In your backup material, you will find a copy of the most recent application used. At this time, please look through each section, or we should have already looked at it beforehand, and help decide if any questions or sections should be adjusted for our new applicants. So if you want to quickly review it again. I personally think all the questions look pretty good, but we made a few adjustments last year, but they were like minor things. But I guess the new members as well, if you thought the application was sufficed last year. Oh, Member Feithaler, yes.
Okay. The only thing I could possibly think of is for number 2. Instead of saying the last 2 years, we could say in your high school career or something, if that's what we're looking at.
For
question 2, up to 5 interests, hobbies, whatever.
I mean, I think it's essentially the same because they're applying during their sophomore year. I mean, unless we have a junior. So I guess we could change it because if I'm correct, if there are seats and a junior applies, they could still get on the council. Okay, so yeah, that makes sense. So, no, I agree with that. So, so instead of the last 2 years, it would be in your high school career. So list up to 5 interest activities, hobbies, clubs, organizations, or sports participated throughout high school, we could say. Member Johnson?
This is a question for Ms. Kirkland. If I'm not mistaken, we will have a senior spot open next year, right? Because unfortunately, member Justin had to,
Correct.
so like, we also, you guys will also be accepting applicants for senior positions, or no?
Correct. So once I determine, especially if there's any early graduates, I will have the final count when I start reaching out to make sure that A, no one's graduating early, or that I'm losing an additional senior, but yes.
Okay.
Okay. So then, just to confirm, so instead of the last years, we'd say throughout high school for that question. So it would read, list up to 5 activities, interests, activities, hobbies, clubs, organization, or sports participated throughout high school. So we have to make that plural, past tense? No, it would be your end of your junior year. So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you never know. Or we could do 3 years. Or 2 to 3. Okay, you're right.
Okay, we'll change it so that it hits your whole high school career. I'll make it. We won't have to.
Okay. I'll make a motion on that. Do I have an emotion to change the wording in question 2 from the last 2 years to throughout high school in our youth council applications for 2026? Vice Chair Brown.
I motion to alter the wording on question 2.
Is there a second? Member Sanchez?
I second that.
Vice Chair Brown made the motion. Member Sanchez seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay. Okay. And then I made that motion, but is there any other things you're seeing? I personally think it looks great, but okay. Okay, so then Ms. Grigglin, this is also a question. So applications are available online. So I will, on February 23rd, so I will reach out to Ambrielle to start making a poster or something along those lines.
Correct, so have her start making out the flyer. Correct, I will open up the applications on February 23rd. They'll be open a full month, which would take it all the way to March 23rd. The dates where they obviously interview, that'll be my world to see when I can get all of council together. My intention right now is to have the applicants appointed at the April 15th regular meeting, because then that'll give them I believe I figured it out, it was 2 or 3 weeks time from the time that they've interviewed to where they're actually appointed, and then they'll have another 2 weeks where they'll be their first meeting, which would be Friday, May 8th.
Okay, perfect.
And right, everything, if you go to the website where if you decided to post your picture up there and your careers, that is where all of the information will be housed once I send everything up to communications. But yes, I would like a flyer to start going out early. To obviously have Ambrielle create that. I will reach out to all of the schools, like my normal contact. This year, obviously, we're going to also ask the school board district that they helped us last year, promote that. But once again, who's the best promoters? Every single one of you guys up there. I don't go to the school. I can send emails all day long, but if they don't go any farther than their box, my communication ends. So you guys are the main components, okay?
Perfect. Thank you. So I will make sure to reach out to her about that flyer. Are there any questions? Okay, we will move on. Now, item 11N, Youth Council 2026 Awards. So this is not to be confused with the Youth Council Excellence Awards. This is a award program that we created. So each year, we as a council also hold our own awards program where we recognize other youth in our community for their good works. Each applicant fills out an application for one of the 5 categories they excelled in. The categories include leadership, arts, civic engagement, excellence in academics, and athletics. We then go through each application and decide who wins the award. Once they are selected, they come to one of our meetings and are recognized with a physical award. This program has been very successful in the past, so we have to decide if we would like to continue it. And yeah, I'll open, and then if we do, if we think there needs to be any changes for the application. So I'll open the floor for discussion. Member Paragondo?
I think it's great. I think it's a great idea. I think we should continue it, and I think that definitely if we promote it a lot earlier and we promote it a lot more, then we can have a lot more applicants to choose from, and more people can get the award. So I think we should continue doing it.
Amazing. Member Brown? Vice Chair Brown, I apologize.
I was honored with receiving the Civic Engagement Award last year, and honestly, this program was how I found out there was a youth council, and then I applied. So I think it was a really good promotional thing, and it's also, so I think there would be a lot of interest if more people knew about it, because it's something you can put on college applications.
Yes, I agree. Any other discussion? So overall, we're thinking we'd like to continue this project? Okay, so I will make a motion on that. Do I have a motion to continue the Youth Council Awards program in the, yes, of course.
Maybe it's like a question for Ms. Griglin. Does it have to be on paper, or is there any way that it could be like digital? I don't know if that would work, or.
You can type.
At this point in the stage, it's basically a PDF that they can fill out online.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing.
You,
It's no different than when you guys fill out the whole harmless.
yeah.
It's just a matter of them saving it, and they have to send it to me in a PDF. Where in the past, like the first year, they like chopped and cropped. I can't have any of that. It's gotta be a PDF, and it's gotta be all set together. Otherwise,
It was like the.
it's fillable. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay, I thought it was like the youth council application where they had to like bring it here and then.
The only reason the youth council application, it is still fillable, but they have to bring an original to the city clerk's office, and the only reason is because the city clerk has to stamp it to say that they received it. That's the only difference, and that's because they're following every other single board that they do in the city. It's just a requirement that it has to be stamped, so, because then we make sure that only those applications are coming through, and, somebody didn't submit one afterwards.
Okay, perfect. So I'll redo my motion. Do I have a motion to continue the Cape Coral Youth Council Awards program in the 2026 year? Member Halsey?
I motion to continue the Youth City Council Awards program.
Member Feichthaler?
I second that motion.
Member Halsey made the motion, Member Feichthaler seconded it. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Great, I'm very excited. And then now at this time, if you would quickly look over the application, if you think there needs to be any adjustments. The only thing I personally see is the dates, because that has to be updated for 2026. But everything else seems good to me. I think the categories make sense. I think they're able to pretty much touch everything that students must be involved in. So, but yeah, if we see anything. And I don't think it's a too much overwhelming application. It has enough things in there. Okay, so I think we're all good? Okay. Do I have a motion to keep this application with the updates of the dates for the 2026 year as the application we use for the 2026 Cape Coral Youth Council Awards? Member Paragondo.
I motion to continue using the application.
Is there a second? Vice Chair Brown?
I second that motion.
Member Paragondo made the motion. Member Vice Chair seconded it. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. I apologize, Vice Chair. Okay. Is there any other further discussion on this project? So wait, Ms. Griglin, yeah. Now that we approved it and we're gonna decide on doing it, also have a flyer in the works.
Correct. So based on the calendar then for 2026, what I'm going to do is same concept. I will open up the applications on February 2nd of 2026. They will have a full month to get them back to me, which will put you at March 2nd, 2026. That'll give us then over a month to review them, because remember, you guys, each one of them, any applications that will come in, I will create a Google form, and you basically are choosing the winners. So if we get 10 out of each category, your responsibility is to make sure that you are reading through all of the applications, and you as a board are choosing the one person who's going to win from that category. And then based on the last meeting, because we always do it on the very final meeting before the seniors leave, so keep open April the 10th, because that'll be the final meeting where we'll present the awards at that time, and it's also the last day that the seniors will be here. Okay? So yes, so now that we have the dates in stone, Chair, if you could please reach out to Embrielle and
Yes.
have her create a flyer for that. You know, at least, hey, save the date, they're coming out, and then I will work on getting them once again out to the public.
do have to say though, when we are promoting it, because I hope we are promoting it to our schools, please make sure to do like an indicator that these are separate things. One is the application, one is the awards program. A person can absolutely do both, like as you see, Vice Chair did both. But just make sure make sure it's separated, so that we're not, one person thinks they're applying and they apply to the wrong thing, and then we
Correct,
have to
yes.
deal with
It's
that.
very important to distinguish between the two, however you're promoting it. I mean, I will have our communications department, you know, put it out on our social media pages once everything is finalized with them, which means that at that same point, we can share it on ours. But once again, what's the best form of communication is each and every one of you up there. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Any further discussion? Okay, we'll move on. Our next item is item 11O, Cape Coral 2026 Science Festival. This year, our city will once again be hosting the Cape Coral Waterways Festival. This event will be taking place Saturday, February 7th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Cultural Park. Each year, they ask us to volunteer, and if you volunteer, you receive service hours. You are not required to stay the whole time, and then they are actually hoping to have 2 separate groups volunteering, one from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. and one from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Some of the tasks we would have to do are helping with arts and crafts and helping guide the attendees of the event. After looking over your calendars, please raise your hand if this is something you would be interested in and would be available to volunteer for. I personally went last year and I really enjoyed it. It was a little warm, but it's fun. Okay, makes sense. Ms. Gerglin, when's the last day we can inform you?
I don't honestly know, because I am not the one that
Yeah.
organizes it. It's, of course, Miss Mayal Roberts. So I guess we're just gonna have to put a steadfast, because she's gotta determine if she's not gonna get volunteers from us, then she'll have to get other volunteers. So today is the 12th. I'm gonna put a steadfast, you have to let me know by January 5th if you're gonna do it or not.
Okay,
Because I have to give her enough time to find volunteers.
yeah. And then again, it would be one of those 10 to 1, 1 to 4. Okay. Are there any questions? Okay. Item 12 is next meeting agenda topics. When it comes to the next meeting agenda, I wrote it down, but I'm gonna go over it again. So, I recommend we keep items A through D, then F through G, because then F will be turned into a debrief, because we'll be done with it. Then I also recommend keeping J, which is adopt a road discussion, and then keeping items L through O. And then that would be removing E, H, and I. I know that was a lot of words at a lot of time, but does that make sense? Yeah. Yes, Member Feichler.
Would you want to keep 11K as a debrief or no?
You are right. Yeah, we'll keep it as a debrief. So then we'll do A through D, F through G, and then J through O. And then just removing E, H, and I. Okay. Okay, let me write that down so I can, okay. Because I had it different on my script. Okay. J through K, removing, And then removing E, H, and I. Okay. Do I,
Chair, I think,
yes.
since we'll be starting a new year, you might want to include any updates to the strategic plan as we move forward next year,
Okay,
to see if we,
I'll add it in. So, do I have motion to adopt items A through D, F through G, J through K, and the addition of the strategic plan, with the removal of E, H, and I for the meeting held on January 9th, 2025? Member Paragonda.
I move to adopt these items to the list.
Is there a second? Member Zapata Vasquez.
I second that.
Member Paragonda made the motion, and Member Zapata Vasquez second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, item 13 is reports. Does anyone have anything to report this time? Okay. Moving on is item 14 is reports of the council liaisons and advisor. Do you have any reports?
I do, and I'll make it fast. I just wanted to tell all of you, since the year ends now and we'll cross into a new year, how proud I am of all of you. I don't know that there's been a youth council that's been able to accomplish what you have in these past months. Just think of your resume at this point. Tangibles to the strategic plan, the student government engagement project, the mental health project, the Adopt a Road, getting Lovelocks across the finish line, the movie in the park, other events you've done, other projects you've done, conferences you've attended, raising money for a trip to DC for this group's first time appearance there. You all should be very happy about what you've been able to do. It's very, very impressive for this, and how you've all engaged in activities and held each other accountable for making sure you're at events, kept attendance at a decent mark for these meetings, not necessarily where I'd like it, but not too bad. But you're talking about some of your projects are community changing. The mental health project certainly will be in the future. So will the strategic plan. It's a big deal what this group is accomplishing outside of this room. Looking ahead at 2026, we have more work to do. We got a trip to plan. The juniors will welcome, when you're seniors, we'll welcome new juniors. The seniors have, 4 meetings left, believe it or not, to get a lot done. On a personal note, and I've always encouraged all of you in these meetings to share things beyond the agenda if something was on your mind. So I've got a lot of work to do in 2026 too, because recently I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. So I will be undergoing radiation treatment, probably starting in January for a couple months. But like you guys, we're going to move forward and tackle this and get it done and beat it. And I also want to thank you all, some of you for recognizing my earrings on Wednesday. So for those of you that don't know, my granddaughter was nervous about getting her earrings pierced, and so we did it together. And so, even at my age, you can have little moments where you just kind of change it up a little bit about what you're doing. So again, congrats, happy holidays. Look forward to working with you next year as well.
Thank you so much, Advisor Hayden. We truly appreciate everything you've done for this council, and we would not be here without you, so thank you. That being said, is there any other reports? Thank you to all of our advisors, and I know it's a lot coming here on a Friday after a full week of work, but you guys truly do so much for us, and we really, really, really appreciate it. And I know we're not the always easiest sometimes, so thank you. Any other discussion, anyone? Okay. Moving on to item 15, time and place of future meetings. The next regular meeting of the Cape Coral Youth Council is scheduled for Friday, January 9th, 2025 at 3 p.m. in council chambers. Is there a motion to adjourn? Member Paragonda.
I motion to adjourn.
Is there a second? Member Sanchez.
I second that.
Member Paragonda made the motion, Member Sanchez seconded. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? This meeting is now adjourned.